Testing 1 2 3. Sound check 1 2 3.
Alex, you have the link for the vetoes?
Yeah.
Can you do the vetoes, please?
Okay.
What's up, guys? We're back. It's day 15. I have some special guests, particularly my co-caster. We have him on screen for once. There you go. Guys, this is Damon Knight, Filthy Rake. How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing, my friend?
Doing excellent, especially since I get the privilege of your service helping us out with this tournament casting and your intros, your really fun intros where you just change your voice somehow. That's what I'm looking forward to.
I'm glad I bring something to the table.
Yeah, at least one thing, right?
Exactly.
Exactly. And Seth is on also. We have some updates. You know, this is the last. This and then the next one will be the last 2 sets of games that we'll have for the season. So we do have some playoff implications on the game night for sure. So let's go take a quick peek at what that looks like right now. And we're gonna use Liquipedia, guys. That's how it works around here. So here's Liquipedia. What does it say about it? You guys check it out. Pay attention to code A. That is the one that looks like, you know, Criminal. If he wins the last 2, I think Seth, you mentioned this, right? If he wins the last 2, then he's tied up with the Archaic. You can turn on
because he inherits the 0-1 record by High Command.
Yeah.
So he would have a total record of 3-2. However, our tiebreaker rules, are based on head-to-head, and the Archaic and Criminal never faced head-to-head. So
yeah,
that's something we might need to determine.
We'll have to figure out what's the next set of rules to figure that out, and who goes through. The more responsible thing to do is have them play a playoff game, right? Who gets to the playoff game, I guess. So whatever you want to call that.
But let's not count our chickens yet before they're hatched.
That's
so
right.
Let's see who wins the next 2 games.
Yeah.
And then we'll go from there.
Yeah.
But we do have playoff implications as well in code S. And so we're going to have that tonight. Actually, we're going to have that as a second game because Criminal requested to have his game last because he might be running late. So.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. So, speaking of chickens and hatching, just to make sure you guys understand what he means by that, Criminal is set to play Hyper Turtle and Archnog, your favorite, Damon, and there are no chickens, so we don't want to count them yet. So if he wins against both of them, sure, but they still have something to say about that. So that's the Code A match. But before all that, let's go back to our actual match tonight. And if you guys take a look at the graphic, that would be Miguela and Little Reaper. Let's take a look at them on the screen. They are getting set up right now. Take a quick peek at our players. Wow, only one of them's ready, and that's Miguela right there. Little Reaper doesn't seem to be on the screen just yet. Oh, there he is. Okay, he's hiding. How you guys doing? We got our 2 youngest, or close to the 2 youngest players in this FSL. How you feeling, Miguela?
Good, but scared.
Scared? What are you scared of?
Alex
Little Reaper, exactly, because I guess he has a reputation for doing crazy things. But have you been preparing at all this week?
No,
not really. Maybe that's the best way. You know what? Don't even prepare and just play, right? How about you, Little Reaper? How you feeling tonight? Great. Okay, so one's feeling scared, one's feeling great. One practice. Have you been practicing, Little Reaper?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. The opposite. These are the yin and yangs, right? One's in complete dark setup right there. The other one's in the light setup. One practiced, one didn't. One's scared, one's feeling great. Damon, man, this is gonna be a fun cast. These are the 2 youngest players in Code B. Are you excited about this? What are your thoughts, man?
I'm really excited about this. It's always great to see, kind of young up-and-coming talent playing the best game in the world. So,
Oh yeah.
though I'm slightly concerned that the Little Reaper, despite having a Terran name, might actually be a Dark Templar because he keeps cloaking.
That's right, and he is a Terran name, but he actually plays Protoss too. So we're gonna show on the screen right now their actually map selection. There you go. Oh, looks like they're done. There it is. They just finished live on set. I think we're good to go. We can have them server definitely muted now, and we're good to go. Let's get started whenever ready, admins. Okay, so they're muted and deafened. I'm really excited about this. They can't hear us talk about it now, but I do favor Little Reaper just because of his aggressive builds. But you never know. You know what happens when you get too aggressive, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I also probably would have to give him the edge, but I can only say that because I've seen him play and I haven't seen Miguela play. So I'm a little bit blind there.
Yeah, but you know, it's fun to watch these young kids play, and at this level, they really do things differently. You take things for granted, and when you see it happen, you're like, "Oh, this is cool the way they're doing it. Oh yeah, that makes sense." And then you just kind of, it brings you back to when you were first playing and struggling with certain things and prioritizing the attack instead. Those kind of things, right? And then, what do you do in a base trade? You know, those kind of things. The excitement.
So Freedom, we're just waiting for you in the lobby, and then we can get started.
All right, I did get the invite. Let me join you now. I see it. Okay, cool. Anyway, guys, enough chatting. I think we're ready to get going here.
KJ always holding us up.
That's the thing. So, all right, these guys are ready. You can barely see Little Reaper with this thing, but you know, let's get going here.
Is that a sign that he's gonna go DTs?
I know, right? DT, maybe. Alright guys, we're hopping on the game. Gonna be on Submarine. This is
FSL Season 3.
Do the honors for us.
Okay. Down here in the bottom right, in the blue, this is
Little Reaper.
And his opponent. In the top left, in the red, this is
Miguela.
Oh, this map is so small too. And look at the way Little Reaper is going.
Yeah, that's a proxy. That's definitely a proxy.
Yeah, avoiding detection. That's what that is. And faking as if, yeah, I'm just doing normal stuff. Here's my gateway. This is the Damon special right here. Damon likes to do these shenanigans sometimes.
You know, it's fun. You gotta keep your opponent guessing a little bit.
Oh, but look, there's a forge.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Is that defensive? Does Miguel want to get offensive about it? There is a gas steal too.
He's not gonna go down without a fight, man. She's like, alright, got a forge. Let's steal your gas. What you got planned, Little Reaper?
Well, you know what's great too is that gas steal really makes any proxy play not so good, and Little Reaper hasn't mined any gas.
Yeah. Oh, well, I should say, there you go.
There we go. And defensive cannon, multiple defensive cannons going down here for Miguela. I think this is a really smart move.
Yeah, the only adjustment is just the positioning, but having them in the first place, big deal. And look at this.
Yeah, these are really great.
Cool, check out, I want to point out something, Damon. Look at this. There's 16 workers mining for Little Reaper's base, and he has one guy, and then the Zealot. It's right. It's kind of like you make sure you're mining. I think that's one of those things you just pay attention. Fully mining anyway, right?
Yep, absolutely. And just that proxy is still just kind of sitting there.
Yeah.
I'm really gonna be curious. Like, is this just proxy for just units? Like, is he just gonna warp a bunch of stuff in?
Maybe, you know what? Maybe he just got thrown off for a loop. She stole his gas, and he's like, oh, I really wanted to do some tech thing, but I'll just make a gateway. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep. This is a very defensive posture. Now, like, what's great is if he just abandons the proxy and expands, he's in a much better position, right? He's fairly well secured his natural. Like, he's got that low ground wall off. That's not bad. You know, neither player has any real tech at this point.
yeah, the other big advantage too. Look at the 8 worker lead.
Yeah, Miguela is playing super defensively. Yeah, and there's that expansion from Little Reaper. I think this is a really great call. Just the gas was denied, the proxy was, you know, thrown off, and so cool. I'm just gonna play a macro game. I'm just gonna expand. I'm gonna be safe. I think that's a great play.
And look at the back. Look at the field battery cannon safety move for oracles or whatever. The only minor thing is obviously move that cannon a little bit closer to Nexus, but I like seeing this period, right?
Yep, absolutely. This is honestly, this is I do this all the time in my
There
game.
you go. There you go. This is the Damon special. He can relate. These guys. Now remember the ages of these two. You know, they're very young. You know, Little Reaper's 7, and Miguel, I believe she's 11. So, you know what I mean? I don't remember what I was doing when I was 11. Certainly not playing something like this game. Right? I was struggling on something else. Probably Pac-Man or something.
And we do have tech coming out here for Miguela. She's got a Robobay and a Twilight Council on a bunch of gateways.
Right. Actually, that's good. If she can get a base, right, and secure it, she has the tech lead.
Yeah, and that's really the trick, right? She's turtled up super defensively and super well, and that's great. You know, I like that she's getting Blink, but staying on one base like this is, unfortunately, it's just not sustainable. She will run out of resources.
Yeah, Legacy of the Void, too. You run out faster.
Now, Little Reaper is just making units, and he's getting ready for an attack, it looks like here.
Oh, yeah. Okay. A lot of units.
Yeah, I mean, with the cannons and the shield batteries, this is definitely holdable. But yeah, that pylon.
He identified the problem.
Oh, there's the Artosis pylon strikes again.
Yeah. Oh man, and that might be.
She cannot go down this ramp.
Yeah. Although that posturing made Little Reaper back off.
She is playing with fire here. But I mean, it's great. It bought her enough time. You know, she's got 2 pylons now. She's got shield batteries, you know, able to work again. I'd love to see her building like an immortal out of that Robo.
She's getting Blink. No tech for Little Reaper. Right? No tech. Yeah, no tech.
I mean, he's also 30 supply ahead.
Yeah, by nature of that expansion.
But Blink could be a real game changer here. Oh, this might be bad.
Get back there. I think it's double the army, but there are cannons and shield battery.
Yeah, now she's gonna. Little Reaper's gonna take down that shield battery. The aggressive blink to trap the army in. I love that, but
not
no units are being made.
Yeah, that's the problem. I think she just not making enough. Like you said, an immortal would definitely change this game completely, right?
Yep. But I mean, I think this is unfortunately going to be the end right here. There's just not enough stuff here for Miguela to hold back Little Reaper.
Indeed. Well, it's good to see these youngins fight it out, but she knows She might as well fight out.
she's trying.
She
She's
might
trying.
as well
Pulling the
fight out with
boys.
the, yeah, exactly. This should do it.
Yeah, and those probes don't last too long. There's the GG.
Okay, so game 1 to Little Reaper. You know, at the adult level, when you play and you stay like a minute or 30 seconds longer than you need to, they get mad. You ever notice that? And this is what happens. Look, these are kids. They're enjoying it. They're just kind of like squeezing a little bit of fun out of it. But when you get to be adults, for some reason, you get mad. You ever notice that?
Honestly, though, like I love it, right? Like stick it out. If you think you have any prayer at all, you
Yeah.
keep going.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That you know, you don't know sometimes you're actually dead. That's just the nature of, you know, not being at the level that the other guy may be thinking you're done. You know, but you never really know because we've done comebacks, right? And so for every comeback that happens, you end up staying thinking you could do it again. Hey guys, game 2. Moving right on to Village of Gold. Welcome to
FSL Season 3.
this is the Code B match, guys. We have 3 leagues here. This is the first league.
All right, I'm gonna really go for radio voice for the
There you
intros
go.
here. All right, here we go. In the top right corner, in the green, this is
Miguela.
and her opponent in the bottom left, up 1 game. This is
Little Reaper.
There you go. It's on YouTube. It'll be on YouTube, guys. You guys can enjoy that intro. You know, the kids will look back at this and say, "Wow, we played a tournament. Do you remember back in 2021 when these boomers casted us?"
Hey now, I'm not a boomer.
Well, to them, you might be something else, right? Later on, they'll have a new term. What is this?
Yeah, this is a very kind of cheeky probe out here.
Or the what's Occam's razor? She clicked and thought she would get to the base and she forgot. It's just like, oh,
Maybe.
I mean that's another
Maybe.
possibility. She's like,
It's,
oh,
it's
actually,
fun to speculate, though.
oh, but here's a can. Okay, there's a fort. Oh, what the heck? Look,
What?
he knew. You see that? He's hanging out. He's like, I know you're out there. Hide and seek. Come out wherever you are.
What's great though is he doesn't actually see it.
Oh, maybe he doesn't know. Never mind.
Oh, and what's that expansion?
Yeah, I don't think he knows actually. Now that I think about it. Well,
Oh
actually, now
wait.
she
Okay,
does
here we
know.
go. Now he knows.
Yeah, the problem is now she knows that he's being greedy.
But
Right.
what is he doing? I'm so confused.
It's almost.
I mean, I
like,
love it.
it's almost like I dare you to do something. I'm going to expand. The last time you just hung in your base, right? Maybe it's something like that. Who the heck knows, man?
Taking your third as your
It's a mind game. You do that.
natural.
Yeah, I've seen
It's
that
crazy.
before though in the pro game, right? Where the other guy takes the third, and then the guy's confused, thinking there's a proxy, right, or whatever. But obviously, this doesn't apply here. But I've seen that there's actually builds like that, especially for Zerg. You know how like the Zerg takes the third location as his second, then the other guy freaks out. But this is not one of those things. I don't think.
And that's a very aggressive proxy pylon from Little Reaper.
Yeah. You know what? Miguela's going through the same type of build though, so maybe she just wants to play safe, but she's confused with that third expansion, she's like, whatever, I don't know what that is. I'm just gonna do my own thing. Right?
I mean, I can't blame her. She's building a lot of cannons.
And
She is very concerned.
And she actually has two pylons this time too.
Yep. She learned from that last game. You always got to watch out for the Artosis pylon. She's going Robotech again. I hope she uses it. I'd love to see it, at least an observer or something.
Yeah, she forgot it the last time. It's a very important building.
And wow, a third base coming out for Little Reaper. He's not worried about that proxy pylon at all right now.
Yeah, I think he's up 1-0. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna macro up. She doesn't attack me. She's acting scared. So maybe look, we're speculating what goes on in the mind of this 7 and 11-year-old, right? That plays SC2 at a level that we weren't at when we were 7 and 11. So we can't relate. That's the bottom line, man. We cannot relate. We're out of touch.
So this is true. We're both getting old.
Out of touch with this. The new brains.
Now, Miguela again, clearly learning, showing improvement after last game. She's got that robo going. She's getting an observer out.
She loves Blink.
Starting, and Blink is great in PvP. She's starting it earlier. Oh, and she's got her own proxy.
This could work because Little Reaper, if he gets way too greedy, right? Although she only has one gateway, needs to add quite a bit more. And as we say, there you go.
She knows what's up.
She does. She moved there before I could say it, so she knew it before me, technically.
Now, there is a Warp Prism. Oh, and a Robo Bay coming out here for Little Reaper. And a lot of gateways. I think he's going to try to be aggressive with that.
He's got two Robos, right?
I mean, once the Robo Bay comes out, I would expect that we're going to start seeing like Disruptors or Colossus or something.
Yeah, he's got two.
Oh wow, double Prism.
Yeah, what is he going to do? Because you don't need two prisms when there's only one base.
I will say I do really like the observer of Miguela has spotted the proxy pylon and is camped out over it. And that's why Little Reaper has noticed it as well.
And these guys like to chat. Oh, okay.
Oh, that's a mistake, unfortunately.
Or is he teasing it? He's like, yeah, go ahead and warp in so I can kill you. Oh, but she loses one, so just one fire away from having a nice gamble, right?
Yep. And on the plus side, that did supply block Little Reaper, but he's got double Colossus coming out, each with its own Warp Prism. Oh, that's cruel.
I've never seen that before in any game. Double Colossus, double Prism, right? Because one is good, but what's better than one?
Yeah, two, man. You get the double Colossus drop is going to be scary.
Actually, now I think about it, obviously it's very expensive to do, but you know how the single Colossus drop, especially against Terran or Zerg? Imagine two of them. It's like it's not just double powerful, right? It becomes a different factor, not just times two.
The thing that Little Reaper has to watch out for, though, of course, is that Miguela has Blink, and she's been... I was going to say she's been warping in Stalkers, but they're all at her proxy.
Yeah, and she has cannon, so he's gonna take fire. I think doesn't Colossus take a little while to destroy buildings?
Yeah, as long as he's good though about juggling.
Here it is.
In the prism. Let's see, is he gonna put him down? There we go.
Oh, you know what you could do, the micro, where after it shoots you pick it up right before it
Yep,
hits
exactly.
you. But it looks like that won't matter. Oh no.
Just gotta watch out, those Colossus are dying.
Yeah, one of them died. There is a shield battery.
Miguel needs to recall or attack. Yeah,
She's
there we go.
attacking. She's like, all right, I'm attacking you. She actually should have been mining this whole time too. She didn't realize that. And what's she doing? Oh, she's actually gonna go home.
Oh.
Oh no.
Yeah, the recall is the way to go here instead of walking everything back, but she may just not know.
Sometimes that happens with players. They forget about the recall somehow, and you know it does happen. I've seen it before, especially in the non-masters level, right? It happens a bit. Hell, in the masters level, you see that happen too. so never mind.
All right, here's the stalker force. She does have blink, so she could just jump on top of. There we go, jump on top of the Colossus.
Ooh.
Yeah, but there's the pickup though.
Yeah, that was.
Now she's just in trouble.
Yeah, that was a nice pickup micro. Picked it up just in time. She's actually getting attacked at both sides.
Yeah, she's gonna clean up at the front, but
She's not mining.
yeah, I mean she's out of money. She just has to go with everything she's got and hope for the best. But I mean, it's let's be honest, this is a GG. She just doesn't know it yet, unfortunately.
Yeah. She just knows there's at least one base extra. Well, she doesn't know there's 3 bases extra, right? Yeah, this is her vision, guys, and she doesn't know. For all she knows, this is a trick, that Nexus thing. But does she even have money? She only has 5 minerals. Yeah, I think that, you know, she should realize soon enough that she can't rebuild. And can she even kill Little Reaper? She's gathering up here on the left. And I think as soon as she realizes that the defense... Oh, there's not even a defense to the front. Oh, never mind. So that's my egg her on. Like, you know what? Maybe I can still do this. But
What's funny is Little Reaper's actually also supply blocked. He can't he can only warp in 1 unit at home to defend.
oh, so she could actually clean this up.
I mean,
Oh
no, but
This is one of those things that just keeps going because you have a false sense of, yeah, I can do this.
yeah, here we
Oh,
go.
never mind.
Yeah, Little Reaper used the recall, brought
Yeah.
some units home.
The actual use of the recall here, and he has some really nice blinks to no defense main, but her time is up.
Yeah, and she's gonna get the damage in she can, but unfortunately, this is the last of her stuff. I mean, she's got her probes still chilling up in the top left, but there we go. GG gets called.
All right, let us chat with the players really quick. That was a mental advantage where she might have over defended, right? At that point.
Yep.
But let's talk to them and hear their point of view. Let's start with Miguela. Miguela, you were definitely not lying when you said you were scared because you were defensive the whole time, right? What was going through your head?
At that last game, when when he came to my base, I was really scared because I knew I was gonna die. And then after he did everything, I just brought my probes and my units over to my other pylon, and well, I just realized I don't have enough money for Nexus, and then I got really more scared, and I'm like, well, let me just try a little,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna probably die anyways.
Might as well shoot
So-
his buildings, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, got it. And but you know, at least you got your game out of the way. Now you no longer have to be scared and prepare for the next match for you or the next event, right? So nice job. Good seeing you again play. Did you
Thank you.
get any tips from your Protoss players, friends, parents, etc. at all?
Well, I got some tips from EJ, and then that's all.
Okay, got it. Cool. And Little Reaper, congratulations on winning. Was that your plan the whole time? That kind of a build?
Yeah.
I think Damon has a question on game 2 on the build.
We're at the third base.
Yes. What was up with that? I mean, I loved it.
I was like, I never put my thing at the third base. I really want to try a different thing.
Oh, you were just trying it. You didn't have a real reason. You just wanted to hide it there or something.
I just wanted to like put it there because I never put it there before.
Oh, okay. That's good enough reason for me, Damon. I don't know. What do you think?
That is an excellent reason. I fully approve and keep doing things like that because it makes me look very silly when I'm commentating. I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah, we're trying to like come up with all these reasons, but it could be just like how they discovered rubber. You know, the guy just happened to drop it on his stove and it just cooked and like, oh, I can make rubbers. You know, things just happen. So there you go. All right, well, congratulations and good seeing you, Miguela, and we'll see you guys next time.
Thank you, bye.
All right, so back in business, Mr. Damon. Let's check with our admin.
Actually, we need let's take a break.
Take
we
a
need
break?
to set up
Okay.
the code S match first.
Okay, code S match
gonna-
coming right up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
so
gonna do code A after.
yeah, no, that sounds good. So during the break, Damon, have you paid attention to something cool that Chicken Man has been working on with me?
No, I have
Alright,
not.
We'll show that on the screen real quick during the break. So check it out, guys. Damon's gonna check it out too. We'll be right back while that plays in the background. So here you go.
Welcome back to the SciStorm Esports Network. I'm your host, Chicken Man, and we've got your fix of esports highlights coming right at you. First up today with some Dota 2. This is from the Epic League Season 3. Game 2 of the lower bracket match between Tundra Esports and the Hellraisers.
Champ Remnant is neat, but not really necessary right now in terms of their ability to take these fights. Speaking of fights, might be seeing one breaking out here. Nice roll in onto the Mars. Not really going to do a whole lot of damage, though, but they do manage to jump in onto 3-3. So, the Leshrac will be taken down right away, but now here comes Skitter into the fight, going for the Abyssal Blade Stun. Not going to be able to take down Young G immediately, and now Young G will throw down the Dream Coil. That is going to be enough to take down Viver, and at this point, Skitter, oh my god, Skitter. Not nearly as tanky as he needed to be there, as he will be taken down, and it looks like the presence of Kuman actually was the difference maker after all. Obviously, the double damage rune sort of helps him out there, but they very much needed him to fight. Now that he's into that engagement, they will be able to take a relatively solid fight, but they do end up losing heroes on that back line. Nine just completely ignores the sort of front section of that fight, goes on to the supports, and will be able to take both of them down. So, available for another fight, dead for a little over a minute. HR, though, trying to push their way into the Roche Pit, hoping to bring this down. Aegis Cheese, a Refresher Shard, and an Agnum's Blessing all available as Viver. Well, he rolled his way in. They do get the credit for the Roche kill. The Aegis, though, will be taken by Young G, but at this point, Tundra want into the fight. They're going to try and take down Kuman first. They will be able to bring him down. The reincarnation will be triggered, though, so he's back into it. Young G, though, did get taken down as well. His reincarnation from the Aegis will get him back into the fight, but by the time he's back up, Kuman will be taken down a second time, and now Young G is isolated and finished off as well.
A really back and forth fight there. Hellraisers with a good initial start to it, but Tundra not giving up. They're able to get that last hit on Roshan, and from there, they clean up the remaining Hellraisers. It was not a fluke moment. Tundra would go on to win the match 2-0. Coming up next, we've got some Valorant. This is the VCT Challengers North America Grand Finals. This is FaZe Clan and 100 Thieves duking it out to see who can be the champions of North America.
Where he pushes towards mid. So you don't really have anybody playing towards belt. So FaZe recognizes that, and for 2 rounds in a row, they push forward for that.
That's a player you're going to have to watch out for, is Asuna. He's punished by Baby Bay again in an aggressive position, but let's not forget, there's the Sage Res. So there you go. That's a nice little advantage. That's going to cause a peek out coming in from the knives of Baby Bay, who's found now 3 kills on the round. His target was brought back to life, resuscitated with the Sage CPR. But he's got no interest in allowing that player to survive any longer. Ethan has made it onto B. A nice little smoke to give him a bit of a one-way onto Corey. The knives are still out, though, as Baby Bay is looking for the ace. Still has some smokes available. Goes for the swing! It's Baby Bay with the ace.
Baby Bay absolutely smoking the 100 Thieves in that round with those knives. That domination would continue through the entire finals as FaZe smashes 100 Thieves 3-0. They do become the North American champions. Coming up next, we've got some StarCraft 2. This was Stay at Home Story Cup number 3, the grand finals between Stats and Serral.
Otherwise he would not have morphed icons. So he's going to do exactly what Rotterdam suggested.
Alright, let's see if I'm a genius or full of guys.
That's a lot of spore crawlers though.
How many
Doesn't matter.
reports are we? 3?
I'm just fine.
I think Cyril is in big trouble here.
Of course, he's facing the Ruddy.
No, but he's just like not.
Feedback.
Oh my god, perfect. Apex as well. Vipers are gonna be out of energy. He does land one parasitic bomb, so that's something. But the Queens are, I mean, that's like the main source of anti-air.
Yeah, but look at Serral. He's like making 12 more Corruptors. They don't even have +1 army yet. Serral is gonna try to shut down this base, but you know what? Stats doesn't give a damn. He's doing the Ruddy. We don't even look what happens at home. We just run into Zerg bases and some shit up.
Whoa. Yeah, this is looking fantastic. I mean, he's even now not finishing the base up. He's bringing everything back.
Yeah, look, this is it for Serral. He needs to win this fight or he's dead. Guess what? +2 carriers, baby. What about a prismatic alignment stat? See? Oh!
Look at Serral.
Stats showing some absolute dominance in that game. He's truly the ultimate Protoss, taking down the GOAT, Serral 3-0 in that finals, snapping the Finnish Phenoms' home Story Cup victory streak of 5 in a row, and all with that trademark Stats smile. Up next, we've got some CSGO from the ESL Pro League. This is a group stage match between ENCE and Vitality.
Just as easy as that, it could come in towards this A bomb site, depending on if ENCE are going to look for any of this health control. If they go back into lobby, this wrap from Apex is going to be filthy, and he's playing the trigger discipline. Oh no! Apex shoots them in the back. Now RPK aggresses in through the hut as well. And down on the B side, D has in an engagement elsewhere. It's all gotten a little bit chaotic, but ENCE, they're thriving in this chaos. Masuda's dropped the bomb, but he's brought down very, very low in the process. This is not an easy round for Vitality to navigate.
Oh, Ali could have dropped me. It looked like he was considering it, but the kill gets delivered. And now with D, who still has Rat come up on Heaven. It's a bomb plant for ENCE now on the other side. And no surviving is Shocks. He can't even get up the ladder. ENCE find a force.
Apex pulling a bit of a sneaky there. Grabs a couple of kills, but ENCE fights back. They take the round and the series off of Vitality. Up next is some League of Legends from the LCS Spring Group Stage. The very final game of that round robin. This is the Immortals facing off against the top dogs, Cloud9.
Not named Silent, including this dragon, is good for Raze. Fun will die eventually, but eventually it's probably going to be too long. As Cloud9 5v5 proved up here against IMT. Xerxes once again over the side, but already with the blast going. If he needs to find an angle, Fudge going to get hooked up. They have to go through the front door again. But Xerxes going to pop the ulti revenge, also trying to distract them. The dragon, that's what they want, but Blabber this time is going to get them the soul. But Raze is still alive, but that roll combo into the Orianna shockwave is going to give Cloud9 the fight. It's an ace, it's a dub, and it's first place for Cloud9.
5-0, Cloud9 get their fight here, wiping Immortals off the map. They only needed one team fight, and 36 minutes in, they get the soul up the smite from Blabber. They get the combo with Orianna and Rel, and they will get first place in the spring split.
Only one team fight needed. Don't worry about Burn Steel. We'll just scrub that from our minds as Cloud9 do indeed have enough firepower to claim the Nexus and first place.
Big win for them.
An absolutely pure victory there for Cloud9, showing why they are on top in that round robin. They take the game, they secure their first place going into the mid-season showdown. Up next is a PUBG highlight from the Global Invitational. This is the very end of the game, 3 teams remaining. Triumphant Song Gaming, Oath, and Gen G.
Really need to take down GSG before Gen G comes over the top and starts doing damage to each other as well.
Alright, well, half caps was down to about half in the knock status. Balefrost is there again to get another very important res for his team. Raylo doing a good job
poking in to TSG's back line, getting some protection, but that Molly just too far onto Patcap. It does clip Bale, so Bale going for the heal. Looks like he's going to be able to just get it off. Stuns out to buy time. Meanwhile, Gen.G just going to wait this one out. They're going to let these two teams do as much damage as possible before they decide to get involved. They know the win is all that matters. There's no reason to try to get up over here, maybe sneak some kills in. Better off just kind of doing, you know, what has been done to Oath more than one time in this tournament, Toby, just letting the other teams finish each other up.
This is so smart. They're throwing the smokes forward. They're not smoking off themselves. They're smoking off Oath, kind of forcing them, sheep-herding them down in the direction of Gen.G, hoping that Oath can maybe somehow do damage, do enough damage to Gen.G so they can peek over the top later. But here comes Yamcha, finds the first one, goes finds the second. He actually finds the second as well. Rillo, last one left alive. Yamcha allowed to reload and he gets it, but now here comes Gen.G, finds the first instantly. Second one goes down and Gen.G again.
Gen.G playing that one just so smartly, letting the other two teams duke it out. Really great job by TSG to take down Oath there. That was a 2v4. But Gen.G, they love it when a plan comes together.
All right, guys, we are back. Let us check with the players. Let us check with the players. There you go. This is our next match, guys. This is the Code S. We're actually going to skip the Code A match because some timing do that after this game. But who do we have here, Damon?
I mean, I believe we've got Dark Menace and Regret, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's the Code S match. It's a ZVZ. I think they can actually chat. I think we can do quick game pre-game interview. So let's start with you, Regret. How you doing?
I'm doing well, I think.
Okay. How have you been prepared? ZVZ is what?
Yeah, ZVZ is one of my, I guess in this season, not my favorite matchup, to be honest. Though I've been doing my best to try to learn ZVZ, as well as at the same time prepare for DLS Mizel, whom I have to play on Friday.
Yeah, you've prepared and improved a lot, so I'm actually kind of excited to see how things work for ZVZ. Your ZVT looks very solid. ZVZ is a different beast altogether, huh, Damon? We see that. It's just nuts.
I mean, you know, what's the saying? ZVZ is like a knife fight in a phone booth. It's pretty ridiculous.
It's really fast. Things happen in the flash. Dark Menace. What are you thinking about this ZVZ matchup? How do you like ZVZ? Oh, you're muted.
I can hear him.
Oh, he's muted on this. Let me get. Okay, try it again. Go ahead.
I feel overall fine with ZVZ. I'm just really stressed about losing this match because then I'll have to be forward first and I have to play neutrophil.
Oh, that's the big thing about this match too. Dark Menace loses it, has to drops to a place where they play. You know, we'll talk about that after they get started. But you know, it's a seeding thing for the playoffs, Damon. That's why it's important.
Actually, Dark Menace's spot is not guaranteed yet.
Oh, it's not even guaranteed. There you go.
Yeah, because if there's a chance that Regret, Dark Menace, and DLS Mizel might all have 2 and 3 records, and so based on that, it's not guaranteed. So
there you
just
go.
Have to keep playing.
Very important match. Okay, a lot on the line, guys. Well, good luck. Good luck, you two. We're going to mute and deafen you now. Server deafen them now too. There you go, and we're hopping into the game. Ooh, this one's a nerve-wracking game then, huh?
This is important.
Very important game. Guys, welcome. This is Code S of
FSL Season 3.
You fast enough to commentate this? This is ZVZ, right? It's great.
I'll do my best.
There you go. Go for it.
All right. Up here in the top right, in the orange, this is
Regret.
Yeah, it says Isaac, but there you go.
And his opponent in the bottom left, in the blue, this is...
Dark Menace.
Alright, man. ZVZ. It's the matchup that people, when they start playing Zerg, they're like, I hate this matchup. You know what happens? I mean, I'm a Zerg player originally, right? What happened to me is I hated this matchup, and I said, you know what? I need to embrace it. And it became my best matchup, right? As you remember back in the day when we were doing these show matches. Well, I was actually the best at ZVZ compared to all my other things by a mile. But for you to get to that level where you go from hating it to loving it, it takes a lot of beating. So in preparation. So we'll see.
Both players have opened up pretty much exactly the same hatch gas pool on both sides. Dark Menace just a tiny bit ahead in terms of all of his timings. And it's just showing a little bit, he's briefly ahead in supply. He'll be briefly ahead in resources, things like that. That said, Regret is a little bit ahead on his gas mining, so none of these things, honestly, are going to matter in the slightest. Yeah. But it's just the little differences that, make things shape up a little differently for the players.
And look at... Okay, I thought he was going to get a fast third. Gotta pay attention to that. Oh.
Yeah, we've got the 6 Lings coming out for Regret, along with Double Queen. No Lings yet here for Dark Menace, just going for his Queens and his Overlord. And we also have Ling Speed for Regret.
Yeah, so he stopped at 6 Lings, so he's probably just gonna pressure, see what he can get done. Which, if he doesn't get much done, big lead for Dark Menace, right?
Yeah, it's interesting. There's only actually 2 Lings moving across the map. Dark Menace is building his 2 Lings in response. And Regret's just keeping the other 4 at home. Really quick lair, though, from Dark Menace.
Yeah, he has something... Oh, he's going to be seen. He's going to be seen. He knows.
Yeah, and that's a bummer. Obviously, you want that to go undetected for as long as you can.
Yeah, and look what Regret does. He sees that, and he's like, oh.
He's going straight for his third.
Like, oh, I'll own the map. You do you. So when you see a lair this fast, right? You know this, Damon, right? You look for what?
I mean, you want to see the roach timing.
Yep. That's where that is, right there, right up front. Or it could be a fake roach into Muta, who the heck knows, right? Or Nidus. There's so many possible things it could be.
Yep, and what's interesting here, right? Like, looking at this from my perspective, I see the +1 melee or +1 ranged attack. I see the roach run. I see the lair. I assume that there's a speed roach timing coming.
Yeah.
That's my assumption here.
Yep. It's a good assumption. It's the correct assumption. The educated guess, basically, and it's totally.
The roach speed hasn't been started yet. The lair's done.
Yeah, a little bit late on that roach speed.
Yeah, he's just been focused on building the roaches.
Oh, he's trying to catch this Overlord. Look at this.
He should get it. Double Queens.
Yep.
There's the roach speed finally starting up.
That's a good catch.
We do have Carapace coming out here for Regret, along with his own lair.
Yep, these Lings sees no speed on the opponent's Lings, which means he spent his money somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean, he saw the double gas while he was scouting. He knows something is coming here. He knows that tech is coming.
Hey, look at this wall of Queen.
Yeah, this is great. This denies all the information.
Yeah, it's like a triple Hodoret. Oh my gosh, look at this. Where'd they come from?
He's just been hiding them up in the main.
Yeah, we didn't catch it. My observing is not good enough to catch that. Oh, look what he's doing. He's dropping creep.
Yep, he's building that highway so that his roaches can move across the map faster. I love it.
Oh, and look at the army supply.
Yeah, this is going to be tough. Right?
He knows it
Regret.
now.
Regret needs to get stuff, and he needs it now. He's throwing down spines. His Roach Warren just finished.
Yep.
He's going to pump them out. But the supplies are it's all workers. The supplies are close, but Regret's supply is in workers, not army.
Yeah, here's the thing, if Dark Menace doesn't do enough damage, it is an all-in, obviously, but he's looking good. I mean, look at the army.
That's a lot of spine crawlers, though.
Yeah, he can't let that finish. He needs to go in there, and 2 are gonna finish, probably 3. Does he have enough?
He gets that queen. Oh yeah, he's just gonna jump on him. Maybe.
Okay.
He's got to be decisive here. There we go. Jump on those roaches. The +1 carapace is done, so the upgrades are actually kind of evened out.
Yeah, there's queens with this, by the way.
Yeah, transfuses could really be clutch here.
These spines are really the saving grace for Regret. He still has the worker lead. He's gonna probably lose his 3rd, but he's technically still ahead.
Yeah, the trick is just, that army supply is just hugely in Dark Menace's favor.
Yep.
And if he jumps on these spines before they finish burrowing, not quite.
A little late, but he has a lot of roaches.
Yeah, it's so many roaches. And, that many roaches kind of negates the armor, right? He can just kind of one-shot them if he's target firing.
Yeah, he probably needed to pull these workers earlier. Although, it's still kind of doable with the workers.
Yeah, I mean, these roaches are very injured for Dark Menace.
Yeah.
But I think there might be too many. I don't think...
Just too many. Just a
Regret
little.
can hold on.
Yeah, it's just a little more than he can hold.
So that last spine crawler was getting its money's worth.
He was, but he just barely doesn't hold it. He's lost a lot of workers already. And this is gonna do game 1, really. It should, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, there's no real way that Regret can hold on from this position. He's doing his best, but...
Yeah, it's just numbers, right?
And GG gets called. Dark Menace takes game number 1.
And there's a creep highway timing. Game 1 win. Dark Menace.
And that was a really, really good timing attack there.
Yeah, it's so early, because look, the whole game finished in 8 minutes, 12 seconds, so... And we saw a lot of the fight. So that timing, let's take a look, when did that hit? I guess you can take a look at the graph, and you will see the drop in army when they actually started fighting. It looks like that timing hit right around a little over 6 minutes. With a lot of roaches.
I really think that just, denying the scouting, denying the information, was really crucial there. If Regret saw that, 15 seconds earlier, with that Overlord that died, then he has, his spines are done earlier, his units are out earlier, he stopped stroning a little earlier, and maybe that goes a whole different way.
Yeah, because he had a lot of spines. And he barely, at the last fight, barely could not hold on, right? It was like 8 to 4 roaches or something. Anyway, guys, we're going to hop on to game 2. It's going to be on Death Aura. This is...
FSL Season 3.
And my fabulous co-caster. Take care of the
Here,
intros.
That's right. Here in the bottom right, in the blue, he's up 1 game. This is...
Dark Menace.
Oh, and he's cheesing. And his opponent in the top left, in the orange. Can he hold on against this cheese? This is...
Regret.
Yeah, if we thought the last game was fast at 8 minutes, this one should be a lot faster, right? I mean, I think that's a 13 or 12 pool or something, right? I mean, look how many workers. 9 workers mining, 10 now. Compared to the other side, half on minerals,
Yeah, and you know his opponent went hatch first. Now this is completely still holdable.
Yes. Better micro well though.
Yeah, the trick is just, you know, he went hatch and then gas. If he had gone hatch pool, I would feel a little bit better. But okay, here's the pool. But
here's
yeah,
the front.
that's an interesting placement.
You could actually use that as a wall with a few
with some drones.
Drones and lings. He's gonna find out these lings are on the way. The big cheese is on. Let's see the look on his face. Sees that. There you go. And now, let's see his reaction.
Yeah, I mean, he just can't do anything yet. Is the problem?
True. What can you do? Just pull workers because you don't have anything. You actually.
I mean, there's more lings in the Baneling nest.
Yeah, he gets off the gas. Oh, Baneling nest on the other side. Yeah, exactly. This is very dangerous for Brett.
Oh, and this is actually great. So, Dark Menace is attacking the low ground expand.
Oh, okay.
He shouldn't be doing that. He should be running up into the main. This actually buys Regret a ton of time.
He's gonna try to save it. Oh, he's gonna try to save it.
He might be able to, but this is gonna be tough. He has to be really careful.
Oh, but there's Banelings. That's the thing. Once there's Banelings at play, you cannot fight. You gotta go back.
Oh, yeah, run away.
You cannot. You can't fight with the Banelings here. Period.
Oh, he's gotta be careful. He's gotta be. Oh no!
He still has a 2-worker lead with the base, but he doesn't have speed. Spine isn't rooted yet. He's gonna have to use the workers, and he's not.
Yeah, I mean, he needs that spine.
Yeah, it's a little late. He pulled the workers too late to fight. Will the spine survive? The Banelings.
Oh. But I mean, he's still alive.
Still alive. He still has the second base, so he actually.
And he has another spine being constructed up in the main.
Indeed. Very good hold so far. Can he finish the job and hold longer? He actually needs workers.
There's an expansion coming out here for Dark Menace on the other side of the map.
Yep.
Oh god, no! Don't do this! Don't do this!
There's enough lings, I think. Oh, good target on the Bane.
That was really good, and now the spine will burrow, and he should stabilize from here.
He's got another spine on the high ground too. Nice play by Rick. Oh, but he can't see
his
base.
It's just out of range.
Yes, well, that's the thing. If he loses that base, he's behind quite a bit, and I think Dark Menace knows this and jumps at that opportunity.
Yeah, that was very tough. The spine was just out of range to defend the hatch.
Yep. Now they are close in the worker supply count, but okay.
Yeah,
I think
Dark Menace is up a base.
But he's up a base. That's the key, and he has speed, and he has Baneling tech.
And he's up in workers. I mean, Dark Menace is just ahead.
He's ahead for sure. Yeah, he's gonna zoom ahead because he's got an extra production supply, right? Facility, which is the extra hatchery. But this is not impossible. I actually came back from a game like this before.
Yeah, I mean, this is not over. But Regret definitely has his work cut out for him.
He's got his workers cut out for him too. I mean, he actually had a really good hold. If he had held on to that natural, right, the spine was just a little too far, and he had to.
Yeah, I thought he did it. I thought he did it.
He had to unroot. I mean, there's a couple of times in there where he had to unroot, and he couldn't fire because the thing that you guys may not realize is the spines, they don't fire until they're fully rooted in. And that speed is annoying, right? It's pesky.
Well, and Dark Menace did such a good job just identifying every time his opponent was a little bit out of position, and jumping and capitalizing on it. And now, he's just, unfortunately, Regret is just kind of throwing away lings to try to keep his natural alive.
Yep. And there you go. He has his speed now, so. And he has to keep that natural alive. That's the thing.
Absolutely has to. And I believe Dark Menace has roaches now.
Yeah, he has a huge lead. Tech, supply, army. It's gonna be hard, much harder to come back from this point. I think he had a little window, but he was not trading well enough.
Yeah, he does have his Baneling Nest coming.
That's a good trade. And he has 2 spines, which probably should be up front if he had known his roaches, but doesn't. He has Banelings. So he's safe from the Ling Bane all in. The roach, another problem though.
Yeah, Banelings help against roaches, but they don't win against roaches.
Yeah, it's a hard counter really, unless you have just a tremendous amount of Banelings.
Unfortunately, these scouting lings, they do manage to dance their way in, and they do see the roaches. They see the lair. I mean, that's a great scout. It just doesn't actually help him, unfortunately.
He just mentally puts him in the oh no. He makes his own Roach Warren. Okay.
Exactly, right? This gives him that opportunity. He can get on Roach Tech and try to get it out in time. Meanwhile, though, Dark Menace is taking his third, and he's moving what army he does have across the map because he knows, he's gotta go while the getting's good.
Yeah, when you see that, you're basically forcing the Zerg opponent to, you better make army, not drones, because he could back off out of this, right? He doesn't have to attack. You know what I mean?
Yep, and Regret is doing the smart thing. He's building roaches. He's building slots of spines. He's walling off. He's doing everything he can do to get ready to try to weather this onslaught. And it might actually work out. Army supplies are pretty close. So.
Yeah, he should be okay, because Dark Menace is not making any more. So. Oh, but there's more back here. Never mind. Okay.
And he's building Ravagers.
Yes. Oh, but he could catch this. If he catches this, it's a good catch.
Yeah, he's trying to jump on it.
Oh, very good catch. But don't go down there. Do not go down there.
There we go. All right. That was a good hold there from Regret. But I mean, the supply is still not in his favor. He's trying to take his own third.
Yeah, Dark Menace is, what's he doing? He's making more workers, and half workers, half hack units, so.
Yeah, though he's got upgrades coming. Roach speed's almost done, and his +1 attack is about halfway finished.
Ooh. Gets the bile off.
This is gonna be tough.
Yeah, he's gonna keep losing over. Oh, good dodge.
I want a Spire coming out here from Dark Menace too. That's just cruel.
That's the right move. Because if you can't finish him off with the Roach Warren deck, you either go Spire.
Yeah, I mean, meters would definitely do the job.
Yeah. And now he's trapped in his base while Dark Menace has a almost fully saturated third base. And the spines, okay, root up actually misses the target. Dark Menace is being smart about this attack, taking what he can get, right?
Yeah, he's really trying to be careful not to overextend. He knows he's ahead. He's just trying to make sure he stays ahead.
Yeah, and the pressure is on, so that way the opponent doesn't just massively draw. Oh, but this fight, he's taking damage from the concave and the spines. Really good fight.
Really good target fires too.
Yeah.
He was focusing down those Ravagers.
But Damon, I'd hate to be a KJ or a Killjoy. Look at the supply and work in the workers.
Yeah. 68 to 30 is not good.
Yeah, I mean, the army count is good. However,
I mean, unfortunately, mutas are now being built.
Oh, man.
and Isaac doesn't really have things that shoot up.
No. So
And unfortunately, you kind of need things that shoot up to hit mutas.
yes, outside of your queens. Oh man, so from start to finish, this was actually a well thought out all in. If you think about it, right? There's different stages to it. First is the Ling stage, and then to the Banes. But
Now, what I will say though is, Mass Roach is actually good against Muta.
Yes.
If Regret just keeps building roaches, Mutas take way too long to kill roaches. He could just, kind of A-move across the map and go kill all of Dark Menace's stuff.
Correct. Let's see how Dark Menace reacts, because he only has actually just 6 mutas, 7. So if he goes like now, does he have speed? Oh, he does not have speed. I don't think he has speed, does he?
No, his lair has...
Oh no, yeah, his lair's not done. So I was gonna say you were 100% right. If you have enough roaches, just go. But he's not.
GG.
Not that, and hey, that doesn't. That was quite an all-in. Actually, both games. The first one was a timing attack, and the second game was a 13 or a 12, 11, 13, 12 Ling Bane all-in. Right. Let's talk to Regret really quick here. Regret, really good defense in the beginning of game 2. You almost held it, but I think it was that spine that was not in the right spot to protect the base. Because I think if you held that, you were ahead, right? On the second game. It was so close. And then even in the first game, you almost held that Roach timing. Perhaps if you had pulled your workers, I'm not sure, or maybe 10 seconds earlier made the spines, I'm not sure, but it was a lot closer than you might think. I don't know, did it feel close, or what were your feelings?
I feel like it didn't matter what I did at that point. As soon as the queen started marching, I was pretty much already dead, because if I didn't see it in time, then the spines would never have made it in time. I wouldn't have had enough roaches. So
yeah,
I don't really know.
Yeah,
I'd have to watch the replay.
What about game 2? Did it feel like you were almost holding? That's a pretty committed.
No, as soon as I saw the banelings morphing, I pretty much knew it was over already.
Yeah, but actually, the truth is, you actually still had a lot more workers, and then you lost just enough, but you were still ahead. Which means if you keep your expansion at the bottom, you are actually ahead. So that's how committed that all-in was, and you barely didn't hold on to it. Damon, you got any comments on what we saw there? The really fast ZVZ.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I just kind of want to echo what KJ said there, and especially in that game number 2, you came so close to holding it. I was sure a couple of points that you had held it and you had that game won, and that was a really, really great game and a really good series.
Yeah, it was a lot closer than you might expect. These are well prepared builds. Let's ask Dark Menace really quick. Are these actually well prepared builds that you practice, or are you just winging it, or what were you doing?
Well, I got these builds from Lambo, and I was trying them out on ladder, but I couldn't really get the timings down. I kept on messing up, even during these customs, and I think the build's just strong enough that I won it.
Okay, so he's saying the build is really strong, even if he didn't execute it properly, right? He's a little off here or there. So, is that for both builds? Because the first game was that was from Lambo, right? That was the Creep Highway. What is it called?
Well, he calls it the German Autobahn.
Okay, there you go, Damon. Car reference for us. And game 2, what exactly build was that? Because that's a really fast Ling Bane all-in. What is that?
Well, I went for like 12-11 pull.
It doesn't get much more all-in than that, and that's why you were behind in workers pretty much the whole time, until you did enough damage. So anyway, guys, really fast paced game. That's what ZVZ is, and looking forward to seeing more of you guys on here. I think Dark Menace does secure his playoff spot with that win. He really needed that. Seth, our admin, can confirm.
So he takes a playoff spot. And so now it'll be the last spot between Mizell and Regret, which is going to be played on Friday.
Okay, so let's take a quick peek now on the Wikipedia thing. And so, like as you said, the Code S does take that last. Okay, all right, that makes sense. All right, so let's go on. I think we have our last match of the night. It'll be the Code A match.
Yep, they're doing their vetoes right now.
Take a look. They are doing the vetoes. Hang tight, guys. Let's see what how the vetoes are going. This is gonna be a Protoss versus Terran. So finally, we get to see a Terran tonight. Here's the vetoes that's happening right now while we wait and catch our breath from that last game, Damon. That was really fast.
It was very fast.
That was a lot of action on that one. I'll tell you the truth. I did one custom game with Dark Menace because he wanted to practice that German highway thing, right? That he was saying. And guess what? It beat me. I was like, what the heck is this?
It's a strong build.
It's a strong build. So those of you on the chat, there's your build for you, ZVZ guys. Brought to you by
And, you know, I do want to kind of mention too, right? People really underestimate how much you can do with a strong build.
Yes.
You know, using myself and my very favorite example, you know, while I was a Diamond League player, I took a game off of Penguin, who was a GM at DreamHack Austin, cast by Pig, if anybody wants proof, just on the basis of I had a really, really good strong build, and if I did it right and I hit my timings, I could take out GM players.
Well, I think you beat someone else also pretty, you know, someone else other than Penguin. There, you had someone else.
I did. I beat somebody at a Psystorm Cup. It was another GM that I beat with a proxy DT build.
There you go. Nice. And he's playing Protoss, which is even scarier. Their all-ins are even scarier, in my opinion. Right? They're strong because you don't need like 100 lanes or something like that. You basically you get that timing right. You hide it well enough. It is strong. So you don't remember the name of that person you beat? I mean, that sounds.
It's been a couple of years, and admittedly it was less memorable than the Pig one or the Penguin one because Penguin got so angry that I took that map off of him.
Yeah. I did, you know. So here's the funny thing. Remember when we were doing the show matches? I beat Henderless with a 1-1 Roach timing build because at that point, it doesn't matter how good you are. I just have more stuff with better upgrades, right? That's the point you get in. It doesn't matter how much micro you get. So there is the power of the builds.
Yep, absolutely.
To your point. No, Codes was playing tonight, Cyan. They already finished. That's the one you just saw. We went ahead because Criminal, got back late from the shop, and so now we're gonna have that game. So let's take a look. It looks like their vetoes are done. This is gonna be Criminal and Hyper Turtle. Damon, Hyper Turtle's Protoss, but I'm sorry to tell you, Criminal's looking really good. You remember him from our original leagues.
I do remember Criminal from back in the day.
Yeah, and he has not played StarCraft in like a year or two, but then he got back. He's got that Terran thing where he's just like making stuff.
I mean, look, you know it, I know it. Terran is OP, so
Marine's OP.
You know, anything's possible.
There you go. So he's heavily favored, in my opinion, in this match. Just because I've seen him play, I've played with him, and I was like, whoa, he is already at this level. So that's what we're gonna see next up, guys. It looks like we're ready to load up too, and that's Criminal versus Hyper Turtle. You see right there on this. But
we have both players.
You still have to play the game. It doesn't matter. We say all these things, and so we got Hyper Turtle right there on the video. How you doing, man? Nice shirt. You're muted though, I think.
Doesn't show me muted.
There it is. You're good now.
Okay.
So nice shirt. How you doing?
I'm doing about as good as the shirt is. Yeah.
Okay. Well, then that means you're what? You're not supported.
It means I'm property of SC Esports 1998 to or established 1998. Oh well.
Yeah, well, if that's the state you're in right now, it's hard to say whether it's, an abandoned project to the most loved cult project of the SC2
The
game.
original StarCraft is still getting map pools. So.
There you go.
Oh.
All right. We need to get Criminal's camera on next. We're good to go. There he is. He's hopping on. Hey, big.
I had it on earlier, man.
Big K, how you doing,
There we
Criminal?
go.
You just got out of the shop. I think you were just got home late.
I've been here. Yeah, I arrived like 30 minutes ago. Been watching a replay to get me ready.
Oh, he's getting ready for you. So there you go. So Hyper Turtle, Criminal, you guys are facing each other. Did you study anything, Criminal, Hyper Turtle, against each other, or not really, or what?
I did
There hasn't
watch
been as
some,
much to study just yet.
watch some videos against Protoss.
Ah,
new
okay.
style.
So basic Protoss, just kind of preparing for the race, not really the player.
I haven't seen any of Hyper Turtles matches, so I don't know. I don't know what to expect.
There you go. That's the advantage. All right, Damon, got any questions for these two? Are we ready to go?
You know what? I think that I just want to let their gameplay do the talking for them. I want to see what these two competitors have to show us.
There you go, Miyagi-Do. Well said. Let your actions speak for you, not your words. So there you go, guys. We're ready to hop on. Game is loading up.
All right.
We'll server deafen them and mute them. And guys, welcome. This is the last match of
FSL Season 3.
Because Damon does such a great job with the introductions. He does all of them. I don't even butt in there. I'll let him do it.
It's fun. Though I am at the moment worried about Hyper Turtle's internet connection.
Oh, yeah, it looks like it's paused a little bit. By the way, guys, this is not a Platinum versus Masters match, right? Because that's what you call a fake Master on the right. There's a bug with Battle.net, and they, it's a mean thing to give someone Masters. They've been waiting for it, and then they realize, oh, man, it's not the real one, right? It reminds me of back in the day when you used to get the fake GM in Southeast Asia server. Remember that?
What are you talking about, fake?
Okay, there you go.
What do you mean fake? I got my GM in Southeast Asia. Are you saying I'm not a real GM, KJ?
I guess you are a real GM in Southeast Asia. There you go. That statement is as real as it can be. There you go. I mean, they do. You know what? Technically, that's correct, right? They do the calculations on the server. You're a certain percentage, not the percentage, but the top 200 in that server. So yeah, you are truly a Grandmaster, top 200 in Southeast Asia server. Back when we had that, I think they got rid of that.
Until they turned it off.
They turned it off. It was so popular. They're like, you know what? Let's get rid of it. There's too many, deserving Grandmasters here. Let's turn it off. Make them play in Korea, Asia server. They call it Asia server now too. Korea used to be Korea server. And then have you seen, you log on, you can actually choose China server too for some reason. That shows up for some people. It doesn't show up for me, but I've seen it as a selection. I don't know how that works.
I haven't looked for it though. It's been a while since I've tried to play outside my region.
Yeah, I haven't seen how that works. I'm very curious because I thought the Chinese server was very segregated. Show these players while we wait for it to load. I do believe Filthy Rake is correct. But we had a disconnect from likely. And how did you guess that he was Hyper Turtle? I mean, besides his name.
He has no progress bar.
Oh, I see. And of course his name.
Oh, wait. My progress. Yep. There we go. All right. There's the drop.
Yeah, he disconnected, guys. Just to show you guys what we see. The disconnect. So we'll be going back into reload. You know, Hyper Turtle did this. One of his games ended up like this before. We're gonna have to recommend a gaming PC upgrade to this guy. Or do you think it's BattleNet and StarCraft? Remember we were getting those issues before.
I'd go with either the PC or his internet connection. It could just be that StarCraft and video might be too much for him.
But he's played in this league before though, so
Yeah.
it happened at least once, but not consistently. So that's the. In fact, I don't see him on the channel. We're gonna wait, guys, a little bit while he loads up. It looks like his video did freeze too, so he is living true to his second part of his name. His name is an oxymoron, right? Or no? Yeah, I guess it could be.
I mean, it depends how you define hyper, right? If hyper just means energetic, then that's fine. But if he means fast turtle, then that's a little,
Fast turtle.
Fast for a turtle, maybe?
Yeah. Yeah, I saw something that was really cool about oxymorons. Things like, ancient innovation or new relics, those kind of things. Like, we think they're normal, but if you think about it, those are actually oxymorons, right? I thought that was kind of interesting, the whole English language thing.
I mean, English is a weird language. Let's be real.
I'm glad you said that, because I was going to say that, but I think it's better if it came from you. Right, because
it's super weird.
Yeah, because look at the stuff that it has in it, right? Spanish, Italian, all the Romance languages, you know what's what, right? But in English, it's weird things like this is a big joke, right? You drive on the parkway and you park on the driveway. Like, what?
Well, and right, like just English has a lot of rules, but they're not really rules, right? They're rules sometimes, but we throw them out the window whenever they're inconvenient.
Yeah, it's just English is something you learn by just actually immersing yourself, watching pop culture, and see how people actually use it. The rules are not really rules per se, so.
Yeah, what my favorite example is, everybody, you grow up in the US learning I before E except after C, but the reality is that that's true less often than it's true.
Oh, I didn't even know that. I never understood that rule and actually didn't pay attention to that rule, so.
Well, apparently that's a good thing because it's actually not a real rule.
It didn't help. And then, there's a lot of people speaking English language too, and they make up new words, new ways of saying it. Like, you know how you say, I could have won, and then you don't realize they actually, when they write it out, they say I could have won. It's not I could have won.
Oh, I hate that.
That drives me crazy. I'm like, dude, where did the OF come from? Like, that doesn't even make any sense, right? I know a lot of the words don't make sense these days, but that doesn't even make any sense. How did that happen, right? That one drives me nuts when I see that.
Yep.
And I always correct anyone who, works for me, reports to me. I correct them right away. I'm like, hey, don't say that.
I have a lot of people that work for me.
There you go.
English is not their first language.
Yep.
I've got folks from all over the world, and yeah, helping them, especially with their writing, is a challenge. They write what makes sense based on their knowledge of language, but that's because it's not English. I just have to go, yeah, no, what you said makes sense, but it's wrong because this is English.
It's actually
we
wrong.
We don't do things that make sense.
Yeah, and that's the frustrating thing. And they were like, why? I'm like, that's because that's the way it is. Don't ask us to explain the history of English. When did the English language start even? I'm gonna have to do some reading, right? So There's some elements in there from what, Germany, right? I heard.
Yeah,
right?
there's some German, there's some Latin. It's just a mishmash of stuff.
It's definitely interesting how that works out, the whole linguistics thing. If I had another lifetime, I would try to study that part. Okay, so you guys can see Hyper Turtle is back on. We're waiting for him to get on to the SC2.
Actually, I think they're both having problems trying to get onto BattleNet.
Oh, both
there.
of them.
Criminal just logged on. Okay.
Okay, Criminal's back on. Alright, so... Alright, so... Hopefully that means... Hyper Turtle can log back on.
Yeah, I'm all anxious now to see these two folks play. I've been teased.
So they're muted. They're deafened and muted, so they can't hear. My assessment on them is this. And Hyper Turtle's camera just turned off. But Hyper Turtle just kind of stays put, gets defensive and takes a third. Gets defensive, maybe a cannon or two or something like that. Likes Colossi. It kind of reminds me of you. Now, Criminal, very active, very aggressive Terran. Bio push, tanks, etc. So, if you're not prepared for what he's pushing at you, and you get greedy, you're gonna die. At the same token, because he's so aggressive, his attack doesn't work out. He's way behind. So, that's my assessment. But it looks pretty good. I think next season, if he plays again, he's going to be promoted to the Code S level.
I tend to always favor the player who is aggressive.
Yes, you force the error, kind of like in tennis, right? They call them forced errors. You're forcing a mistake.
When you're dictating the pace of the game, right? If you're passive, you're potentially letting your opponent dictate the pace of the game. If you're being active, if you're being aggressive, you're dictating the pace of the game, and you are right. If you're passive, you're never going to mess up. Like you said, you're never going to force an error. Being active is how you can.
Yeah, and that's why I think players like Stats, Showtime, I'm incredibly impressed on how they play because they're really defensive. How hard is that, right? Even the reactive Zergs, right? Zerg is tough in the sense, once you get past the diamond level, it's tough in the sense of defending all-ins. Because you're reactive, right? You're trying to see, what's he gonna do to me, blah, blah, blah. And then you miss something, you die, right? So, and that's why I'm really impressed with players that can play defensive and hold it. Like, they're called the wall or whatever, the shield of ire or something like that, right? Man, they're so good. Actually, because when I try it and I play on ladder, because I've been playing a lot of Protoss, I don't know how they hold it. And I'm like, man, I'm the one that's like, I can't do this defensive, reactive stuff. I gotta go attack because I can't hold it.
It used to be easier as Protoss before feedback got nerfed, especially against Terran. You could play super defensively against Terran as Protoss because you'd feedback any drops. And kill everything, and you were great, right? You could just quickly tech up to High Templar, and you were so safe. Like nothing was gonna come kill you. Now that's not true anymore, and it's gotten a lot more challenging. And obviously the other matchups have their own nuances, but I definitely think it's harder than it used to be passive as Protoss.
Actually, when you kind of went a little bit inactive in StarCraft as a Protoss player, it was a tough time because they didn't have the battery overcharge that they do now. And it's beautiful now because now you can actually expand as Protoss. Take a third base. Even the Void Ray defense is good now too because Void Rays are cheaper, right? Although you don't want to get carried away with the Void Rays because then you get run over by queens.
Yeah, I don't love. I'll be honest, I don't love batteries and battery overcharge as the defensive option for Protoss.
Oh yeah, why is that?
It's honestly, I think it's just too easy to pick off.
to
Right, everybody just right. Cooldown, and the energy is so so long that right you target that down, and now Protoss just has nothing.
Yeah, I see. Well, make more of them, not just one, man. Make two.
Yeah, but you can't overcharge all.
That is? Have you been battery overcharge pushed by cannons and void rays? I know you have.
You can't overcharge all of them. You can only overcharge one.
Yes. Alright, so I think we're not gonna have Hyper Turtle's camera because of his issues, but we'll see. We'll see if that ever happens. But anyway, we're hopping on to finally game 1. Oh, we'll be right back. I mean, we're hopping on. No, we're not right back. So.
FSL Season 3.
Success.
All right.
All right. Up here in the top left position in the blue Terran, this is
Criminal.
And his opponent in the bottom right in the red as Protoss, this is
Hyper Turtle.
Hyper Turtle has a tough task ahead of him. I really think Criminal is very dangerous. He has some really really aggressive builds, and I'll tell you why I'm so biased for him. I played him last weekend, and I lost the first game. I'm like, what? Because he has this timing that I underestimated, right? So, just FYI, expect a tank marine push if he does the same thing. The timing is earlier than you're ready.
And you know, Criminal went gas before barracks. Now that's not uncommon, but right, that's definitely a sign that right he wants the maximum amount of gas he can possibly get. It means he wants to be he wants to tech or be aggressive, right? Maybe this means a lot of Reapers. Maybe this means that fast factory for that big tank push, right? You've got to be careful when you see that.
Yeah, he's gonna push at you before you're ready. I guarantee you that's what's gonna. Not I can't guarantee, but I'm gonna bet you that that's what's gonna happen in this game. Because the first game, like I said, I lost. The second and third game, he did the same thing. I barely held the second time, and then I finally figured it out the third game, right? So, just shows you how powerful that is, his attack, and I'm Masters level Protoss. You know what I mean? So, do not underestimate that push.
Yep. Now we do have the Reaper coming out here from Criminal. Pretty standard opening. Definitely. Nothing crazy scouting around for proxies anywhere on his side of the map.
That's right. I like to see that.
But Hyper Turtle's not doing any of that. He's got a pretty standard opener here so far with a quick expansion and an Adept.
Yeah, we should call him Hyper Text Markup.
What's interesting though is he's got a Stargate, a pretty quick Stargate, and no Warp Gate.
Ah, a little different. He doesn't usually play like this.
He's just now getting the Warp Gate, so he basically used that gas and delayed his Warp Gate to get that Stargate out faster.
Yeah, and the Terran doesn't know this because he just sees it spinning already, so he doesn't know when it started. Ooh, Criminal could have killed that, but he decides to play safe.
Criminal saw the building for the Stargate, but I don't know if he clicked on it, so he may or may not know that that's a Stargate.
Yeah, that's true. He just sees something warping in.
Unfortunately, we can't tell if he clicked on it or not.
Yeah, and actually, he didn't even see the original warp gate, so he may think that's the second. I mean, warp gate, the second gateway, right? So he doesn't know. It's something.
This is a quick oracle.
Look at the position of these Reapers.
Oh well, he knows what's up now.
Yeah, if he had been in the right position, he would have denied it. He should have been at the bottom, but unfortunately, he wasn't. And now, You know how this works, right, with the Oracle? You don't
Yeah, I
see
mean,
it
you know, look,
coming,
there's nothing really there to defend it yet. I mean, there's a couple of Marines out. The mine is just finishing now.
Oh, and he's not going in. It's taking a while.
I mean, he'll get a couple of things here.
Yeah, he's still getting something for. Okay.
And a Void Ray follow-up is an interesting choice too. I'm guessing this is just to take down any drops.
Yeah. You know, so both of them are playing different than I expected. Because, like I said, you know, Hyper Turtle doesn't usually play like this. And then when I played Criminal, all the custom games I did with him, 3 or 4, just did a timing with tanks. Neither of them are playing as I expected. So forget what I said about what is going to happen. Now I have no idea.
You know, honestly, it's super even, right? They're both taking 3 bases. They're both just teching up. We've got a Twilight and Forge coming down from our Protoss player. The first tanks coming out for Criminal.
Yeah, I think Hyper Turtle's playing really well. If he can deflect the first attack or 2, he's going to be in great shape.
Now, this mine drop could do some damage. The Oracle is on the wrong side of the map, and there's no other detection right now at home.
You know, though, the Void Ray, you know how like it locks on to the...
Yeah, it should burn down that fast if he's quick on that charge.
Exactly. So I think he's actually in the right spot too. So wow, looking good for Hyper Turtle if he can hold this.
Yeah, and honestly, look, the Oracle dropped a Revelation, and now it's even home. So, this is, I mean, really, really close game so far from both of our players here.
Yeah, well played by Hyper Terminal. HTML or HTTPS, whatever we want to call them. But here it is.
The mines are unloaded, but not burrowing. The one died. It'll get a shot off. I mean, that's not bad. But both mines are going to die, not really getting
and maybe even the dropship too. Oh. Technically, he only took away some help from the Void Ray.
Now there is this Liberator though up at the 3rd.
Oh, nice move.
Yeah, that's gonna get some damage done.
Okay.
Now, it's not going to be able to do anything at that natural.
Yeah.
I mean, 5 worker kills, that's... I'd take that.
That's solid. Although, Criminal has a 3rd command center already, so he's not behind, really.
Yeah, I mean, they're even in workers. If you're even with Terran, that actually means you're behind, because Terrans have mules.
Yes. Oh, but he's going to attack, and he's going to run right into this attack by Terran. Okay, let's just see who has a better engagement, because that might decide the game.
Yeah, this is a weird engagement here. Those tanks aren't sieging.
Oh,
one of the tanks dies, but those Void Rays are just going to get shredded by Marines. And yeah, this goes really in favor.
And
oh no, and the reinforcements! Oh no!
Oh, this is not good. And how does he expect to hold this attack?
Yeah, that was a disaster, unfortunately, for Hyper Turtle.
Yes, there is only 1 tank. That's the good news. Oh, there's a 2nd tank coming. Okay. Well, this is what I was saying. He does this timing, although he didn't start this way. He arrived at the same destination, which is a tank push, right?
Yeah, and I mean that 3rd is just dead.
I think you give this up. You give up the 3rd. And you just warp in as many as you can, just go. Okay, here it is.
He's going for it, though.
He might. Can he do it? It's a lot of adepts. Got the Void Ray.
He target fired the 1 tank, which was a good call.
Yeah, he's gonna get healed, too, by the shield battery. Nice move. There's 1 more tank still. But that...
Yeah, I would jump on that tank. Yeah, there we go. Jump on the other tank. Jump on the other tank. Oh. Hey, unfortunately, this is...
A lot of Marines, though. He still can
this is a tough position. He used his overcharge, which is great, but the tank can just sit outside of range.
If he can somehow save this base, he can do this. He can be still ahead, but I think it's not gonna happen. Oh, he's gonna go for it. No. Yeah, the
Yeah, this
Oracle's
is
never
a
really-
tough one. He gets the tank. He actually might be okay here.
Yeah, he has charge
Oh,
slots.
another tank shows up though.
But you know, charge slots, man. There's no medevac with this, so.
You know, there's another
What?
Oracle
The Nexus is
popping
still
out.
alive, dude. If he can somehow crush this force, he is ahead. I'm telling you. Well.
But Criminal's taking a fourth behind this.
Oh, never
He's
mind.
continuing to attack.
Yeah, good macro. Very good macro.
And you know, Criminal's at 1-1 versus the 1-0-0 of the Protoss, so he's still, I think, in a really commanding position.
Yeah.
And that third is definitely dead now.
Okay, now it's done.
And this is, you know, an almost 4-base Terran against a 2-base Protoss. I do like all of the Archons. Archons are what he needs here. Oh, that Stasis Word was huge. He should go now.
He should go now. He probably thought he could stop it, but he didn't. And now he will actually wipe out this army. And he is back in the game if he can kind of clean this up.
That was so good.
Yeah.
That was so good. Park those Archons on those Marines.
He'll clean this up, then move forward. And if he makes him lift that new base, he's back in the game.
That was so good. He needs to watch out. Don't chase into these tanks.
I think he has enough. He's gonna go. He's got those Archons. He's got a dream. And he's got charge slots.
That Stasis Word completely turned the game around.
Exactly. He doesn't know about this other base, so he's gonna take his time. But if he knows what we know, you keep going. You have a snowball's chance. Because you snowball.
I mean, that was so so good.
Snowball's chance in winter was what I was trying to say, but you know, he did snowball. He's got a bigger army. He needs to go.
And he's got Storm now.
Oh, he has Storm. Okay. Does he? Yeah, he does have Storm. All right, here goes.
So this is it.
There's
that
beautiful Storm. Of course, under the bunker, he's safe, but that's a lot of Archons. What a turnaround. He can actually now think about a win if he keeps going into the production.
I cannot believe at how this game turned around with that single Stasis Word.
Amazing. And
Damn, you know, a hero tank popped, but it got picked off by a Zealot, and
yes, and how are you gonna stop this? I think Protoss power is on display.
yeah, I think the Protoss won. I can't believe
what
it.
An upset.
Hyper Turtle.
That's an upset.
That game was over.
That was over in 99 out of 100 games, but that's why you play the game. Now let's see if we can get his camera on because we want to see his expression. Mr. Admin, before we hop on to the next game, let's get that camera on because wow. Right? Look, he
doesn't look like he can believe it either.
He's like, what happened there? I'm a little confused. That was something, guys. Hey, welcome
that's
to the
face of relief.
Yeah, welcome everyone to the stream. I think we had a few viewers hop on. Thanks for hopping on, guys. This could be our last game of the last match, but I have a feeling Criminal may need to be more careful and will be more careful and finish off the win that he really thought he had. We all thought he had it.
I'm gonna have dreams about that Stasis Word. I want that Stasis Word in my games.
Yeah, that's a highlight. That's a highlight Stasis. That's for sure. That should make our video highlights if we ever make one. This.
And I think the video may have killed Hyper Turtle again.
He needs to recharge again.
Yep. You can't have video and StarCraft.
He He used up his powers. That last game, that big comeback. As you can see, Criminal sunk to his seat in disbelief. 4 command centers versus 2. Commanding army, right? He had the army lead. Oh, is it moving? It's moving.
It is. We made it.
All right, we made it. Okay, guys. As mentioned, this is
FSL Season 3.
And take it away, lovely filthy rake.
All right, our player here in the bottom left in the blue, he is up 1 game. This is
Hyper Turtle.
And his opponent in the top right, will he fall to more stasis wards? In the red, this is
Criminal.
I still can't believe how that last game turned out. I'm going to be really curious to see how Criminal responds this game.
Yeah, he's mentally gonna think about that, but he needs to mentally get back into this game. Like, I know that probably bothers you. Like, oh, I have that win, right? But that's part of the competition. That's the part of the best of series. There are,
and it's
yeah.
definitely right. It's why in tournaments, right? You'll hear casters talk about momentum, right?
Oh, yeah.
Now, Hyper Turtle has a lot of momentum off of the back of that win, even though he hasn't been favored.
Yep.
Pretty standard openings here from both of our players. Nothing too crazy. Quick Reaper here for Criminal, similar to last game. He didn't go gas first. He did start his barracks before gas this game. So, might see a little bit of something different, but just have to wait and see.
Yeah, the only thing I nitpick here is the wall by Hyper Turtle isn't really done right. Needs to go on the little bit on the right. And if you're going to do this wall, you might as well put that other gateway up there so you can complete the wall.
So it does look like there's an eBay block here in the natural from Criminal.
Oh, well. There you go. Change things up. Put the pressure on the other side, and then he knows the Protoss might get mad. You might as well build yours in a safe spot. high ground, right? Yeah,
We are seeing a lot of gateways here too, so yeah, we might be seeing some aggression here.
Yeah, I don't think he knows that this is not a Reaper wall, but it doesn't matter. The Reaper went at the bottom anyway, so it doesn't matter. He's gonna see a lot of gateways.
Does lose the Reaper, which is unfortunate. You really want to keep that alive as long as possible.
Yeah.
And Warp Gate's coming out in a Robo Bay this time from Hyper Turtle.
So the real question is, will he just go across the map with like a 4-gate prism attack, or will he actually drop down a Nexus? I think he's really flustered, man. 'Cause look at his gas too. He has an extra worker on there. He hasn't fixed it. He's really annoyed by this eBay block, and that actually did his job. Threw him off, made him do the build he doesn't want to do. Right?
Yep.
He hasn't fixed his saturation.
And Criminal also on the other side being very safe, right? He's got that bunker on the low ground, getting ready for when he moves his command center.
Yep. He's gonna be quite ahead of that expansion.
Oh, and we have the Robotics Bay here coming out as well, so I expect we'll see Colossus or Disruptors here.
Which one do you like better?
I'm slow. I don't have a lot of APM, so give me a Colossus.
Yeah, and they keep shooting. You miss your first shot, you're like crap in the Disruptor, right?
But those Disruptor money shots are pretty spectacular.
That's for the gamblers, man. Like M. Canning.
Criminal still hasn't moved his command center to the low ground.
Yeah, what is going on?
I think he's just convinced that Hyper Turtle is all inning when he's not.
Yeah.
Our SCVs are under attack.
We do see the Colossus coming out here from Hyper Turtle.
There he is. He's finally moving it now.
Yeah, well, now that he's scouted, he realizes that there isn't an army outside of his base. Scans picks off the Observer, always nice.
Oh, good call. He probably did this trick where you move the scroll button up and down, you see a shimmer, then you know there's something invisible there in this, right?
So yeah, both players just kind of taking their time, trying to be safe. I'm honestly kind of surprised. I really expected Criminal to be super aggressive and try to hit with like an early timing or something to try to avoid what he ran into last game. But
yeah, the problem though, man.
He's playing. I love this though, right? He's playing calm.
Yeah.
He's playing collected. This is what you want to do. You don't want to just change your plan because you had a bad game.
Yeah, so he's going back to what he's doing best. Although he probably wouldn't attack that early once he saw there was no expansion yet, right? And then there's already three gates and a robo. Probably don't want to go into that. What do you think? Because that's like the Protoss that's quote unquote all inning you is not the one you want to attack. You want to just defend, right?
It kind of depends. If you hit early enough, then especially with that eBay block, I would have just been like, cool, I'm just going to build a crap load of units. I know all he can do is build units, so I'm just going to contain him.
Got it. That's guys, welcome to the mind of Filthy Rake. So if you ever face him on ladder.
Oh, if you face me on ladder, I'm just all-inning over and over and over again until I either win or die.
He's not going to continue. He's actually just going to all-in you. And here's that powerful push, but there's actually 2 Colossi here already. A third one popping up soon.
Range is almost done. And I didn't see any... there's 1 Viking, and it's really not enough.
Ooh, good pick off on the... Hyper Turtle expanding on the right side. But
plus one attack and Stim are about to finish.
Yeah, he's going to probably destroy these rocks. Thinking, yeah, he's going to destroy the rocks. Oh, accidental running into the army move.
He should siege up. There we go.
Oh, but he's staying. He wouldn't stay. He was sieged. The tanks. The tanks.
This is actually great. He's cleaning all of this up. Yeah, all those Colossus are dead.
Yeah, he stayed put. Once the tanks were sieged, I think he should have backed off, and now he's in big trouble. Now, the only question is, will he run into a stasis ward? But that's not possible. There's no Stargate.
Yeah, there's no Stargate, no Oracles. Criminal is definitely in a really strong position here. That's a bunch of tanks. He still has a Viking out, and there's just that 1 Colossus.
Yeah,
it does have range. Oh, but that move command took a lot of damage getting up that ramp.
Yep, shield battery is not ready.
Yeah, and there we go. Colossus has fallen, and with it, I think, are Hyper Turtle's chances. He's going to try to hold on, let that other Colossus finish, but I think there's just too much here from Criminal.
Yeah, he should tie it up. I know we called this the last game, but I don't see anything other than a couple of awesome disruptor shots stopping this. Right? But there's no disruptors. He has the tech. But there's 5 tanks.
Yeah, and this is a really tough position. There we go. GG gets called.
And Criminal ties it up. We're gonna go to game 3, ladies and gentlemen.
This is one of the very few game 3s I've gotten to cast in this tournament.
Yes. Although last week I think most of all of our games went to game 3 last Friday.
But I wasn't here. Every time I'm here, it's 2-0s.
Yeah, exactly. Game 3 is going to be in Pillars of Gold. How do you like that map?
I don't have strong feelings about it, honestly. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't really hate any maps. The one that's a little tricky is the submarine because it's so short. Right? The distance, the map is so...
All I want in life is for Scrap Station to come back.
That'll be fun.
That's all I want.
Let's
That's
have a
all I
tournament.
want.
Let's have a tournament. Bring back the old maps they have to play in them. Then you can pick the race that's OP for that map.
I was gonna say, play on Scrap Station, just to play Protoss, make a Tempests, and hit your opponent's main from your main.
Gosh, how annoying would that be?
It would be amazing.
Do that. You should do a tournament and you'll play. I know what you're gonna do. They won't know unless they watch the FSL stream, which is on for Season 3.
FSL Season 3.
All right, up here in the top right, in the blue, this is...
Hyper Turtle.
And his opponent in the bottom left, in the red, this is...
Criminal.
Alright, boys and
Man,
girls. This
it's
is
1-1.
it. Yeah, this is it. I'm glad it's 1-1. Hoping for a nice competitive game. And now, we're here. Both games were competitive.
Now I just have to see what these players have in store for us.
Alright, I don't know how this AI bot knows about the channel or my name, but there you go, on the chat. So, Hyper Turtle scouting probe.
Just made it in before the wall.
In HTTP protocol, what do you call this? What do you call a probe that's probing?
I have no idea, KJ.
It's a ping. That's some nerd humor for you guys. And he's stuck. It's not gonna pong back. What do you call that? What kind of that's a lost packet, right? No.
I mean, you know, I personally, I'd go for like an HTTP 418 joke.
Okay, there you go. Ooh, Reaper ruins it all.
For anyone who doesn't know, HTTP, the 418 response code is "I am a teapot."
I think you posted that somewhere. I remember you talking about that.
It's the vanity plate on the Supra.
Oh, that's what it was. That's right. It's like, man, because that's such an obscure thing, and I know.
It's my favorite one.
Yeah, I asked you about it, and I forgot again, and I'm like, oh yeah. Oh, look at that wall.
Yeah, the Reaper wall didn't quite do its job.
The not so wall.
The Reaper is gonna get in and see everything.
And it's gonna kill one. Maybe two.
Yeah, there you go.
Alright. So, I'll ask you this. This is an unofficial stat. But in GSL, what was the most number of kills by a Reaper? Worker kills. And by who? This is an unofficial stat. This is an unofficial stat, but I saw it. And I'm talking modern SC2. Not like, Wings of Liberty or anything like that. Right?
I mean, I have to assume...
Heroes... not Heart of the Swarm either. It's Legacy of the Void.
I'm gonna say 18 by Beyond.
The first Reaper killed 18. I'm sorry, I didn't say that. First Reaper. It's first Reaper, not one Reaper. First Reaper.
First Reaper, I don't know, probably like 6.
Yeah, it's 6. if I remember correctly, and you know who it was? And I remember this is an unofficial stat, which is just me and what I remember.
Who was it? I would think Beyond, but I
Gumiho.
yeah,
You're gonna have to look it up and watch one of the old ones where he played and he killed 6, and we were like, what? And
I just assume that, you know, because Beyond is the Reaper
God.
King.
Yeah, he is the god, but then again, everyone prepares for his Reaper, so maybe that's what.
Oracle coming in, getting 2 kills of its own.
Right, getting.
Oh, there's a
getting
third.
Some revenge.
But Cloaked Banshee's coming out here.
Just out of range. Look at that. Almost teasing it.
Is there any detection for Hyper Turtle? I mean, he's got that Oracle. That's it, though, right?
Yeah, that's it.
I'd be kind of worried for Hyper Turtle here. I mean, he's got those Phoenix, but you cloak, and then the Phoenix can't do anything. Oracle is coming home, though.
Yeah, that's good. He needs that.
There's something going on here in the natural of Hyper Turtle. A couple of Hellions got in.
Yeah, how many did they kill? Just one.
Doesn't look.
Yeah, just.
Yeah, not really anything, but I mean, it's at least it's a good scout. It's
Well, we
annoying.
might
It's
get
delayed
some here.
mining.
The next shot will. Oh, got it right before it shoots the next shot. That's the killer shot. There is the. Look at the Banshee just hanging out. He still hasn't decided to go in there.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough because the wow, I was gonna say a lot of workers not mining. It's always tricky because he knows that Oracle is there, so he knows that there is some detection. He wants to really avoid that revelation, especially with those Phoenix around.
Yeah, and lucky for him, if he went gone, there would be no workers there anyway. So.
Second Stargate coming out here, and another Oracle.
Man, this is so cool to see him play completely different.
Double!
Oh, no.
Double Banshee. He should split them up, though. Split them up, split them up!
He should. He's trying to figure out the... There's the revelation,
Alright.
and now party's over.
And this is why I was saying, right, if he split up the Banshees, the single revelation couldn't have gotten both of them.
Yep.
And he could have gotten a lot more damage done, but...
Yeah, nine
such
for
luck.
2 Banshees, not good enough, I think, for sure. Even under the circumstances, right?
You know, if he hadn't invested in Cloak, I would say that's a fine trade. But with the investment of Cloak, you want to get more.
Yep. And look, he's moving, man. He wants to do something.
You know, Hyper Turtle does have the army supply advantage, though not by much, by 1 at the moment.
And the mines. Well, there's one mine that can...
There's that revelation. You should not just stand, though. Oh, that was a big mine hit.
Clumped up. Good lift, though. If he lifts the other tank, a little slow on that.
Those, yeah, the Vikings just made quick work of those Phoenixes, unfortunately.
Yeah,
and I mean, a recall's gonna save 1 Stalker.
And trade it for another that's queued. Rally.
Go home, Stalker, go home.
We're like, did you see the other guy run away?
And yeah, I mean, that was a pretty big swing with that attack back in Criminal's favor. You know, casting Revelation on the mine doesn't help if you eat the mine shot. That said, when behind, Dark Shrine.
Oh, that's what I like to see. He does not have... Oh, he has a turret in the back. Back.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's hoping to actually use the Dark Shrine for DPs or if he's just going for Archons with them. Have to wait and see.
Everyone who makes a Dark Shrine, man, is hoping for a Dark Templar attack. They only go back to the Archon because they're like, crap, there's detection.
You can tell that Hyper Turtle's a little worried when he's building Void Rays at this stage of the game. That's the oh crap, I need a unit to help defend.
Something. And there's the oh crap. Look at that army, man, moving. 53 supply to 20. He's in big trouble.
Yeah, you know, he's got a couple batteries, he's got some sentries, he can force field, but
The siege tanks from afar is just gonna be shelling at him.
This is going to be really tough. He does have his DTs out. I actually don't want him to warp these. Yes, yes.
Oh,
but that scan was so good.
Scan sees it.
And yeah, that went horribly, unfortunately.
He's still getting shelled. This range of the tank is just right. You can send a couple of DTs or a DT one at a time. He's sending 3 at a time, which I don't like.
Yeah, that's why we don't like it, because they just got shredded, and this army is getting cleaned up.
Yeah, and it's not looking good, boys and girls.
There's the GG. Criminal takes that series 2-1.
Very entertaining.
I didn't know what I was doing, man.
Fun watch. Let's chat with these gentlemen.
Let me see
guys,
if I can get my camera back on. I've been
your
having
camera's
some
back on
technical
now, so
difficulties.
you're good to go. Guys.
It is back on?
Yes.
Did
it's
it ever
back
go on? Okay.
Yeah, but let's start with Hyper Turtle. Man, that game 1. that was insane. You made the biggest comeback possible,
Hey,
right?
nothing like an oracle for a Hail Mary, let me tell you.
That's exactly what that is, a Hail Mary. Down a touchdown on the other side of the field. That Oracle Stasis Ward changed the game. You were down 4 command centers to 2 Nexi after losing the 3rd. He had a bigger army. At that point in the game, I would have paused and said, hey guys, who is dead here? And you do a poll on Reddit, and 999,000 people out of, right?
Protoss OP, what can I say?
Well, that's definitely not Protoss OP, but that was definitely Stasis Miracle. Nice job on that. What were you thinking, you know?
I was looking at the tools I had. And honestly, people don't usually see that one coming if you put it out and back it off.
Actually, I want to ask on that, because you can see it going down. I think he tried to get it. Is that what you did, Criminal, or you just missed it completely? Did you see the Stasis Ward being put down?
I saw it one time, but I think I got supply block for a very long time. That's what killed me.
No. When he was laying down the Stasis Ward, did you decide to jump on that, or did you not see it and just get frozen?
I didn't see. I didn't know how to react.
Oh,
I haven't
okay.
played enough games to know what it does.
Okay, I see. That makes sense. You just basically jumped into a grenade and then boom, and exploded too late. All right. Well, that's game 1. That was a lot of fun. Game 2, do you remember what happened there from your perspective, Hyper Turtle?
Well, I got kind of a late start, and then he also blocked my Nexus. So
Oh, yeah. Damon was talking about that.
um,
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a pretty, I definitely wanted to go AoE. I did, and I think I probably should have built up the army just a little bit more before I moved out, but he was already on the move too, so.
Yeah, he sieged up his tanks and made quick work of your Colossi. Damon, what you made a comment about being aggressive, right? When you get contained or something?
Yeah, I mean, when from the Terran perspective, I felt like he knew that. I felt like Criminal knew he had Hyper Turtle, and Hyper Turtle. I have to say, I've called you Hyper Terminal like 8,000 times during this cast.
You might have a good idea for an alt account there.
But right, I definitely I thought that Criminal would be a little potentially trying to just contain super hard, knowing that you were kind of stuck on one base for as long as you were with that eBay block. But I honestly, my biggest question would be, I'm kind of curious why you went with Colossus Tech. I know why I would have gone with Colossus Tech, but I'm curious why you chose Colossi over Disruptors in that situation.
They were already out. It was a Hearthstone build, trying to get 3 Colossi on the field as early as possible. And I figured with, there was definitely a love of Mass Marine there. A lot of the time without any medevacs. So,
Yep.
Yeah, honestly, I loved that
Ultimate try to mix it
composition.
up.
I thought that was a great unit composition. I honestly, more than anything, I think you got unlucky running into him in the middle of the map like you did.
Yeah. I usually try to swing around behind, but I thought he'd pass me.
Well, that gave us a game 3. So that blunder gave us a game 3. And in game 3, guys, well, it was the story of what, Damon? What was the story there?
I mean, if you asked me, it was the story of cloaked units getting murdered on both sides.
Yes, the Banshee didn't get much done, and the Dark Templars, all 5, 6 of them, didn't do anything either, right?
I think he was expecting that.
Yeah. All right. Well, it was fun watching you, Hyper Turtle. Thanks for playing tonight, and looking forward to your next game. And it looks like you practiced because you had several different builds. Well, maybe next season, but you didn't play the way you normally play that I've seen you. So it looks like you've been practicing some totally new builds, right? So is that true?
Yeah, and I mean, my big thing here was just getting off the ground. I fell pretty early on in a lot of the matches in the middle. So I played a little bit defensively.
All right.
A little. I don't know if I even have a style, and I'm an impulsive, crazy guy.
Okay, there you go. Definitely take a look at him. He's an impulsive, crazy guy, people. That's right there. That's Hyper Turtle, the name of Hyper and Turtle, oxymoron, impulsive, crazy. There you go. Thanks for playing. And now let's chat with the winner. Congratulations, Criminal. You are on a hot streak now, because the first match you played, you lost to Cyan. The next match, you won, right?
Yeah.
And who did you beat? I forgot who you beat.
I think it was a Zerg.
Oh, Spaghettio.
Yeah.
And now you beat Hyper Turtle. I think you have a chance for the playoffs if you win the next match, and then you'll be tied with the Archaic. So if you win the next match, you have a chance for the playoffs, which means you'll probably have a playoff game. We'll have to determine this, but it looks like you're getting the hang of things. How are you feeling about your return to StarCraft after a couple years, 3 years of,
Definitely the first 2 matches helped me get back into the groove and watch some replays. And I did play some games with Sir Maligant.
Yes.
Trained me a little bit.
The Protoss.
But on this game, it's like a total different play style. And I made some terrible control on the first game. The second game and third game, I think it was just I got lucky in the second game. Third game was just, I didn't know. I was just filling him out the whole game.
Got it. And so that's good that you did come out and make the adjustment on game 3. What are you looking forward to if you make the playoffs? There's a lot of tough players there. Who do you not want to play, or who do you want to play? You get to pick.
I don't want to play with the Protoss. I want to play TVT.
You want TVT? All right, there you go, guys. Even he doesn't like to play against the Protoss. Huh? Interesting. I think Terran's doing well against Protoss these days, but he does not want to play against the Protoss. There you go. Because they're a pain.
No, I just don't have the control yet. If it goes to the late game with the Ghost, I'm done. I can't control my Ghost good enough to, yeah.
Yeah, well, Terran is a control micro and lots of APM race. So anyway, congratulations. We'll see you on the next match. You'll be facing Archnog, Damon's very own Archnog. And Archnog, man, we're gonna have to coach him up to be ready because Criminal is hot right now, right? There you go. So we'll see you guys for that.
Is that another Protoss?
It's a Terran.
Terran? Okay. Good.
Yeah. Don't let him tie me for last, okay? Go get him.
Go get him. There you go.
Thank you. Good games, guys.
Good games. All right, that'll do it. This is Freedom. Thanks, Damon, for co-casting with me. That's Filthy Rake. You guys can check him out on Instagram. He's a car guy. Lots of cool car stories. And Seth is our admin, so that'll do it for tonight. Thanks for watching, everybody. And we'll see you on Friday, where we'll have day 16. And I think that's the last of the season. That's the last match of the season before we go to the playoffs. So, talk to you guys later. Peace out.
Bye. Thank you, guys. GG's.
Later, guys. All right, that'll do it, boys. Guys.
We need calm. The world.
Oh my, KJ Freedom with the 22 host. Oh my gosh, thank you so much.